What if I told you that your peace of mind doesn't depend on others, but only on you? Imagine a young man burdened by a troubled past who found himself consumed by anger. Each day, he faced the world with a chip on his shoulder, ready to confront anyone who crossed his path. But then, a pivotal moment changed everything. He realized that holding on to anger was like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. He was the one getting burned. Through introspection and guidance, he learned that true strength lies in mastering one's emotions. By choosing forgiveness over resentment and understanding over judgment, he transformed his life. This journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Because when you decide to take control of your inner world, external circumstances lose their power over you. So, the question remains, are you ready to reclaim your peace and never let anyone disturb your inner harmony again? Every day, people say things that get under your skin. One comment, one look, one email, and you're thrown off for hours. You try to stay calm, but it's like the world is designed to test your patience. Consider Jessica, a single mother who found herself overwhelmed by anger triggered by her young daughter's indecisiveness over simple choices like selecting a pair of shoes. Despite her love for her child, Jessica's frustration would boil over, leading to moments of intense anger and subsequent guilt. She recognized that her reactions were not only affecting her well-being, but also impacting her daughter's emotional health. Jessica's experience is not unique. Many of us grapple with similar challenges where minor irritations escalate into significant emotional turmoil. It's a daily struggle to maintain composure in a world that often feels chaotic and unkind. There was a time when even me, yes, an icon, had to learn how to protect my peace. In my early years, I navigated the challenges of a tumultuous environment. Born in Mount Vernon, New York, I witnessed firsthand the consequences of negative influences. Reflecting on my youth, I once shared, that decision changed my life because I wouldn't have survived in the direction I was going. The guys I was hanging out with at the time have now done maybe 40 years combined in the penitentiary. Despite these challenges, I found solace and direction through the arts. My passion for acting became a beacon, guiding me away from potential pitfalls. Yet, as my star began to rise, so did the pressures. The glare of the spotlight, the weight of expectations, and the sting of criticism tested my resolve. But I discovered a transformative truth. Peace is power. I realized that true strength isn't about reacting to every provocation, but about mastering one's emotions. Embracing this mindset, I stated, what it taught me was forgiveness. It taught me that when people present themselves in a certain way, there's probably some backstory or issue or reason for the way that they are. It's not you, it's them. Through this journey, I exemplified that mastering emotion isn't weakness, it's strength. By choosing understanding over anger, I not only elevated my craft, but also became a beacon of inspiration for countless others. Let me give you something that most people go their entire lives without truly understanding. No one can make you angry unless you give them permission. Sit with that for a second. Anger doesn't just jump out of nowhere and grab you. It comes from a choice, a decision, conscious or not, to surrender your peace in exchange for a moment of emotional fire. But here's the truth. Anger is expensive. It costs you your focus, your relationships, your health. And the people who trigger it, they rarely pay the price. You do. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived Nazi death camps and witnessed the absolute worst of humanity, said something that changed the way the world thinks about emotion. He wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." That space, that moment before you react, that's where your power lives. And most people never use it. I lives in that space. I once said, "Don't let other people's opinions become your reality." That's not just about opinions, that's about energy. About not letting other people's pain turn into your pain. Not letting their chaos leak into your calm. So how do you access that space? How do you create that pause between the button being pushed and the explosion? Here's how. First, visualization. Picture your peace like a flame inside you. Every provocation, every insult, every challenge, it's a gust of wind trying to blow that flame out. But you can place a glass around it. You can protect it. In that moment, ask yourself, am I really going to hand my power over to this? Second, breathing. Before you react, breathe deeply. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Even just 5 seconds of conscious breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It signals safety to your body. Your heart rate slows. Your thoughts clear. Suddenly, you're no longer reacting. You're responding. Thirdly, internal dialogue. Your mind is always talking. The key is, what's it saying when you're triggered? Train it to ask the right questions. Is this worth my energy? Will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, or 5 years? Most of the time, you'll realize the answer is no. Most of the time, your silence is louder than any response. This is more than just emotional management. This is leadership of yourself. This is the same mindset that allows people like me to navigate high-pressure moments without cracking. That allows great leaders to make wise decisions when others would panic. That allows you to walk through the world unbothered, unshaken, unbreakable. Because the person who can control their emotions, that's the person who controls the room, the deal, the moment, their life. So remember, between the trigger and the reaction, there's a choice. And in that choice is your power. Every moment you stay angry, you'll hand your power away. You give it to the person who cut you off in traffic, to the colleague who disrespected you, to the person who hurt you 5 years ago, and still holds space in your head today. But here's what no one tells you. That moment of frustration, that surge of anger, that voice inside that says, they shouldn't treat me like this. That's your moment of choice. That's your battleground. And whether you rise or fold, it's decided right there. You've been through storms. You've faced rejection, betrayal, setbacks, and you're still standing. But for what? To live your days in reaction to people who don't deserve your energy? Or to step into the power that's always been yours? This is your moment to stop letting outside forces shape your inner world. To stop reacting and start responding. Not with weakness, but with clarity. Not with emotion, but with wisdom. They don't know your journey. They didn't see you fight for your dignity in silence. They don't know how many times you've had to calm the storm inside without anyone noticing. But you do. And now you face a choice. You can carry that anger, let it weigh down your chest, interrupt your sleep, rob you of joy, or you can release it. Not for them, but for you. Because peace isn't permission, it's power. And that power is your birthright. I once said, you have something they don't, inner peace. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. When you lose your cool, you lose control. But when you hold your peace, you win without saying a word. You don't have to fight every battle. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every provocation needs your attention. Your focus is sacred. Your energy is currency. Spend it wisely. So today, take it back. Take your peace back. Take your power back. Because the world needs a calm, grounded, unshakable version of you. You've got nothing to prove, no one to impress, no anger to carry. You're here to build, to lead, to love, and none of that happens in chaos. So I'll ask you again, who holds the key to your peace? You do. And it's time you used it. Now, pause, breathe. Let this moment settle deep in your spirit. Because right here, right now, you're standing at the doorway between the old you and the stronger, calmer, more powerful version of yourself. Think about it. How many days have you lost to anger? How many hours have you spent replaying the same conversation in your head? How many moments of joy have slipped away because your peace was hijacked by someone else's chaos? It's time to take it all back. So I challenge you, no, I invite you to take the first step. Comment below right now. What's one thing you'll stop letting bother you? One name, one memory, one trigger. Speak it out. Write it down. Let this be the moment you draw the line in the sand and say, no more. You're not alone. Thousands of others watching this video are feeling exactly what you feel. Let's build each other up. Let's turn pain into power, frustration into fuel, emotion into elevation. And if this message spoke to something real inside you, if it reminded you of your strength, your potential, your purpose, then don't let this be the last time we connect. Hit that like button, tap subscribe. Join this movement, because peace isn't passive. It's a decision. And around here, we choose it every day. This isn't just a motivational video. This is a declaration, a commitment, a signal to your mind, your heart, your future, that you are done living as a prisoner of anger. You are done being triggered by the small, the petty, the temporary. You're stepping into your next chapter, and it's written in bold, calm, unshakable letters. Peace, clarity, power. So welcome to your new beginning. Let's build something unstoppable together.